Hello. Thank you for checking out this video today. I was going to go over song arrangement because I think this tends to be a very challenging area. It's been challenging for me, especially since song arrangement has changed so much just in the past year or two. And what song arrangement is if you're writing music, it's how you want to actually arrange that music for the person who may be singing on top of it. Or even if it's an instrumental, like how do you want to arrange the music? And when I say that, there's usually an intro. There is a verse, there's a chorus, there's a bridge sometimes, there's an outro. Those are really the big parts that make up an arrangement. And why I say things have changed so much recently is because we're in a time where our attention span is much shorter than it used to be. So you used to have like an intro, maybe it was 8 bars, then you'd have a verse, 8 to 12 bars, and you'd have your chorus, and then you'd flip-flop, do that back and forth, throw a bridge in there, and then you'd have an outro. But what's happening in modern music today is people want to like jump right into it. They want to get into the juicy part. They don't want somebody to play their song and skip to the next one because they weren't drawn in from the beginning. And what generally draws us in is the chorus. So what you'll find in modern music is you'll see songs starting with the chorus. And not a long intro, so that it pulls you in, and then it'll go to the verse. And also what you're seeing is songs are a lot shorter as well. Back in the day, it wasn't uncommon to have a pop song, let's say on the radio, that was 4 minutes long. But what you see now is they've gotten substantially shorter, especially in trap and hip hop. You've got songs that are capping out at, 2 minutes and 15 seconds for some of them, and, ending on a chorus and leaving you wanting more of the song. So I think that trend is important to talk about. And I also, one of the issues I had when I was arranging was thinking, okay, well, if I do want to sell my beats to somebody and they're going to rap over them, what is a popular arrangement for somebody who's looking to buy beats, what they're looking for? I really don't know the answer to that. I think it's difficult if you are somebody that's buying beats that you want to rap and you want to rap to them, because I would want to get the stems so that you can either do it yourself or pay somebody to rearrange the song the way you want to do it, want to record your vocals over it. But I suspect many people don't potentially have those skills and they're not buying the stems. Anyway, point is this video is just in Studio One, and it's just a little bit about my method, especially in Studio One, about how I go into arranging. And I'm probably not gonna, sit here and arrange the whole song because it takes me time, because I end up, once I start arranging, I end up like adding more to the song as I go. But just thought I'd give you a general idea. So right now what I have is I have my song, my main chunk, my sketch, together. So let me play it for you so you can hear what I have. This is like everything going at once. So what I've done in Studio One is I like using this arranger view, and I end up calling this my main. So if you haven't seen it before, you click on this little thing here and it pops up. So I'll sort of play with that so you get to see some more of it. All right. Hey, what happened to that little sliver? That must have been the end part. Hold on a sec. Oh yeah, that's because I threw this sweep in here and I'll just do that for now. Make sure I get all of it. Actually in Studio One, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to hold, Alt A. Nope, that's not it. That was automation. Hold Alt and I'm going to click and drag this over. That's all you have to do. While you hold down the Alt button, you drag it over and then you get a complete copy of it. So I'm going to move that over there because I know that's like my main sketch. So this is what I got to start with. And in terms of intro, probably make this a 4-bar intro. So what I'll do is I'll start taking things out. And I'll probably make a few copies of this. So let me hold Alt, drag this over, Alt, drag this over. That way I have a few copies. I'm going to change the name of this to intro. Change the color of it to something different. And I just find that this helps me keep things organized. Let's see, let me save this. I'm going to take this out because I didn't use this instrument. So let's take that out of there. Okay, so that's my intro. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to like take stuff out. Like I know that this was just a little bit of ear candy, so I'm going to take that out. Yeah, these were things that I was going to add later. I can take that out. I don't need my crash. So it's just a matter of like taking things out. That's how to look at it, how to look at the whole arrangement part. Like, how do I want to start the song? Usually I want to start it like a little softer. Maybe I'm going to take the hi-hats out for sure. Maybe I'll just keep this there. Let's see. Let's see what this sounds like with no drums. So I can probably take my pads out. Let's see. Take some of my leads out. I'm gonna take my bass out. I don't need that to start. I don't know, this sort of, let's see what we got. Sort of like that. All right, so that's a start. So that's the intro. This next one is gonna be, do I want to do a chorus first? See what happens is this is hard for me to get used to this whole thing, how things feel, because I feel like that's such a jump, right? Maybe just like jump into the chorus, and I wouldn't want to jump into it all like that. I'm going to just stay a little bit traditional, and I'm going to keep this, I'm going to call this a verse. And I'm going to change the color of this. All right, so this is my verse. So again, I want it to be like a little pared down, like parsed down, whatever the word is, like not as strong as what my chorus is going to be, because my chorus is what I'm going to have, like that's going to be like bang, bang. Also, my verse is going to be 8 bars long. So let me double this out and Alt and just drag it over. All right. And then I know this is going to be my chorus, so I'll rename this. All right, so let's see what we got for my verse here. I'd probably actually like make my verse 12. Well, it depends what I'm doing. So right now I'm doing a hip hop song. So 85 BPMs. So it depends. Like that's the thing. Like it's all like personal preference, what people want to do. So maybe I do my verse 8, do my chorus 8, keep it quick, in and out, and just go with that. So let's see what we can take out now for my verse. And what I like to do is I like the whole I'm leaning towards pop. I'm sort of trying to figure out my sound and where I'm going as I learn to make more and more beats. But I'm probably gonna take some of this ear candy out and then sprinkle it in like a little bit. Like I don't need this sweep anymore. That sweep will come again in the chorus. And then I'll probably in the beginning take these little, maybe take the voices out and I'll have them come in a little later. Same thing with some of this little ear candy here. And I might save this for actually the second verse. So let's listen to it. Whoops. All right, so let's say I bring my bass in. Let's say I save my lead. Let's say I save my close hi-hat. And save my scratch. So let's make it a little thinner. Turn that voice down. All right, I like that. And let's go into our chorus from here and see what it sounds like. I like that with the lead. right, so then after your chorus, you would go to a verse again. So I'm going to move this main over further, and I'm going to take these verses over again, Alt, as I hold Alt down as I drag these two. And then move this over a little bit so it's not in the way. I probably do, where are we at now? That's the other thing. So measure 25, I'm at 1 minute. So I definitely have more space here. Oh, I just realized my chorus, I made my chorus a little too short. No wonder we have so much space. So I need to double this. Remember we said we're going to do 8 and 8. So each one of these chunks is 4 bars. So this is 8. This is 8 altogether. This is 8. And then we'll bring our chorus in again, or we can do a bridge. So now that's at 119. So what I could do is I could do a short bridge, do the chorus again. I just like to see where that brings me to. So that brings me to 152. If I only do a 4 measure bridge. But I could do a little longer bridge. I could do an 8 measure bridge, and there could be like something else that goes on like a breakdown or something to make it a little more interesting. And then I am going to have an outro. I'm just going to call this the outro for now, because I'm not going to need I'll do that at the end so I know, well, I'll save it just in case. But yeah, generally I don't have my outro here. That would bring me to 226, and I actually think that's a pretty okay length nowadays. So if I do like a bridge thing here, let's work off of the verses. I'm gonna actually, no, I'll work off my main. Hold Alt, drag it in. I'll actually delete that. Make sure I change the name, because it's going to be like a bridge breakdown. I'm not sure exactly what, but it's going to be like a change up to everything else. And we're going to have that for another 4 bars, and then we'll go into our chorus again. And that will, like I said, so that brings us to 204, and then we'll have an outro. We got a nice short song. I'm at 85 BPMs. Like I could actually, sometimes like I'll drag it down a little bit and see what it sounds like. Slows it down a little bit. Put up to 84. I think that's a nice short sweet song. 2 verses in there. You could do another one. So what you could do is you could do like a breakdown, you do another verse, and then and on the chorus. I mean, you could really do whatever you want. That's what the most amazing thing is about song arrangement is, especially if you were the person singing it, you would have in your head like, okay, this is how I want to sing it, this is what I've written to it. And that's what I think is so difficult when you're not working and producing with somebody in person that you're writing with. Like you're just really deciding how it's going to sound, how you're going to lay it out, how you're going to arrange it. It's all subjective. And that's the interesting thing. But so when I start getting into this, though, this is, like I said, this is when I get into figuring out, okay, am I going to add anything? Will I add another vocal chop here? Do I need any other sweeps? What do I want to do to make this sound interesting, exciting? So yeah, so let's sort of listen to how it sounds from the beginning. lead vocals, I would make sure that I lay these in again there. I want to make sure I have those there. Alright, so in here, like in the bridge, I want to take stuff out. I want to make sure it's like a lot thinner than it was. So probably take the lead out. Sometimes I take the bass out, leave the pads in, take like a bunch of this out. I mean, because I really, whoops, definitely don't want the hi-hat. Get rid of the snares. I think there's a clap in there I can keep. And get rid of one of the kicks. See how thin it is? And then let's see. Maybe we'll maybe I'll pull this over and then even thin it out more. I'll take this out. Take those out. I don't want that there, so let's see. I just realized there's no kick in here. Should be. How come I don't hear the kick? Oh, I know why. Okay, this is going to change the whole song, I guarantee it. And I bet it's because I left this on. Left this on the wrong. Let's see, no. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fix that everywhere. Alright, that's like a long breakdown, but this gives you an idea. I'm just not used to doing this so quickly on a video because nobody wants to sit here and watch a 30-minute video to watch me arrange a total song. If I could do it in 10 minutes, you'd watch, but this will drive you crazy. Alright, so now, just for the sake of showing how we would finish this out, let's make this outro, change the color. I sort of wanted to save that again just in case, so hold on. And that's like just teaching a good thing. Like you spent the time making this sketch, you don't want to say goodbye to it. If you're going to need to use it, like again, copy and pasting throughout the song. So here's the outro. I know for the outro, like, so this is going to bust back into like really loud. And then the outro again, you're going to want to thin out. And maybe you want to make it 8 bars. Or maybe not. So let's see. I'm going to take those voices out of there. I don't need those, even though I started with them. I think I'll take the bass out. I feel like I can take that scratch out since we're at the end. the hi-hats out. Take that kick out. Let's see what we got. I sort of like that for an ending. Again, I'd spend more time doing this. I would go in, I would tweak some more things. I would spend some more time on the breakdown. I would spend some more time on the fills as I go into the bridge, as I go into the chorus. I'd probably create some unique fills to keep things interesting. But I think this just gives you a bare bones idea of how I would at least start out and work at arranging this and what it may look like. Laid out in intro, verse, chorus, bridge, breakdown, chorus, and outro. But yeah, I think that gives you a decent idea. So let me play a little bit more and then we'll close out the video. The other thing before I close out the video is you're probably wondering what some of these sounds were that I used, so let me just tell you quickly. For the keys up here, it's actually the new hybrid keys from Native Instruments. I did get the complete 12. Thank you, Native Instruments. I'm going to be doing another video shortly. But those sound nice. I was trying to bring the screen up over here, but for some reason it's not working right. Ah, there it is. Oh, there it is. There it is. All right, so that's the hybrid keys that I was playing. Tropical Mallet mixed with the tapey piano. What else do we have? Anything interesting? Oh yeah, contour. So this was the lead. Complete really has some amazing sounds in it. There's just so many different things you can do with it. So let's see. Let's go back here. This was complete again, FM 8 and massive. It's just a little backing lead to make things a little thicker. Those are some bells coming through massive. All right, listen to the bass. The bass, I used Initials Heat Up 2. I actually like this VST. Pads were in Omnisphere. Lost Love. And then all the drums, like I used Impact 4. So again, that's a drum sampler that's inside Studio One. And I used a lot of different sounds. I just sort of loaded them up, but I had drug this drum pattern in from Machine to get me started with a with everything. All right, that is what I did, and hopefully I'll get better at making these types of videos. I think it's sort of hard trying to walk through something on video, be efficient with time, because when you're sitting here doing it yourself, you're not really thinking about the time. But when I'm sitting here staring at the video, I'm thinking about, oh, it says 25 minutes now. Wow, that's a long time. Anyway, and I think I'll just get better in general at sort of relaying what I'm doing. I think it's a skill. It's certainly a skill. I'm sure you'll watch lots of tutorials and people have the hang of it, but to talk about what you're doing as you're doing it is for sure a skill. So I hope that this video was helpful for you, just talking about arrangement in general, and really play around, just do it. I mean, that's the best way to learn. Everybody, I mean, I'm sure you're spending countless hours, researching things and learning about new things, but really the best way to dive in and to get better is to just do it yourself. Really take the input, take some notes on what you've read, videos you've seen, what people have said, and then just dive in and do it and see what feels best for you and what your workflow is. And I think you'll just get better and better at doing it. I've gotten better at arranging, and it's different in every program. So arranging in Studio One right now is different than arranging in Machine, because you have scenes and you have patterns and you sort of lay things out differently. But if you are using a linear DAW, such as Ableton or Logic, then this all can be, applies to what you're doing when you're working linearly. It's just when you're working like in Machine, it's a totally different mindset. And I should actually go about how I lay down things in Machine, because I think it's really helpful. I have the jam and it's really super helpful. And I had gotten pretty quick at it. So let's see if I can dive back in, because I've been using Studio One, I feel like, for a bit now. Dive back into that and do a video for you, because I found that difficult to learn. But again, it was just doing it, and as I did it more and more, I got better at it. So thanks for tuning in for this video, and see you again in my next video sometime shortly, because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I got a lot of new gear, there's a lot of new things going on, and I really want to keep pumping out some videos. So thanks for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, hit the subscription, little subscription box below. And for all you that have subscribed, thank you for hanging out with me, and I'll see you shortly.